So there I was, on a strange foreign planet. Or maybe just Australia, I wasn't sure yet. Well, wherever I was, the plants were for some reason named after the local insults. You had skunk palm, fiddlehead. I apologize if you were offended by that, but that's just how it is here. Regardless, I was burning daylight, and I knew that oftentimes hostile planets can be quite hostile. So I began to gather the local flora. Who knows, maybe I could make a nice pair of socks. As a survivor, I also did the natural thing that comes naturally to me, punching pineapples, which were named after society's recluses. In fact, I began to punch it a lot, and not just the pineapples, but the leaves and the trees as well. And then I found out you're just supposed to gently caress the fruits like a normal person. My years of Minecraft training lied to me, but that didn't stop me from a good time, or actually destroy nature. I'm sorry if that was a family member of yours, vegans. To make up for my crimes, I also punched these human plants. And then I found out that life was about to get more exciting. But with the savage human weaponry, I had to think and act responsibly. I saw a mosquito. Well, with the help of my new friend, I would explore this planet. And I would explore all of it. And thoroughly. And as I explored, I was covered in blue alien goo that made me run faster, have more energy, and crave 3 a.m. Taco Bell. Plus, humans leave their crap everywhere, so I would never run out of supplies. Even though night was upon me, I decided to just scan another foreign insult plant, the bell sprig. For example, Tommy, don't be such a bell, you spriggin' idiot. Then I found something better than flora, fauna, cause it's like flora, but it has some meat on it.
Whoa! Easy there.
But this animal, it was injected with some kind of human technology. I couldn't let this animal's life be ruined by earthling tech. So I took my time and gently removed the dark, letting nature take its course. It was me. I was the nature. Of course, hunting like a barbaric human only ruins the animal, so in the future, I'd have to nature smarter. So I picked hopefully food off of hopefully a tree and began to embrace the fact that I was probably stuck here. Which was fine with me because the graphics were pretty good. But I was hungry and it was time for eat. Therefore, I started riddling the local wildlife with arrows in the hope they contained delicious sustenance for me, a 9-foot blue cat.
I see you.
I acknowledged its presence.
Your spirit goes to Awa, and your body stays to become part of the people.
Part of my burger.
Thank you for these gifts.
But then a fairy got in my way, so I punched it in the throat. Then I punched his friend in the groin. After killing another 6-legged deer,
Thank you for these gifts.
and receiving my gifts, not to mention gently caressing some watercress or something, I found out I was hopelessly lost, and now surrounded by animals that would actually fight back. Luckily, I had the power of a bow the size of 2 humans on my side, and the accuracy of a Texan named Bill that goes to the shooting range every weekend. I was magnificent and better. So I got my good presents from this wolf thing.
Thank you for these gifts.
But this one only gave me a $5 gift card to Walmart, so no blessing for you. After harvesting the aloe vera of Pandora, I seem to have offended another group of nearby wolves, so not wanting to alert any more enemies, I quietly disposed of them. And so I stumbled across civilization, or at least other people. I could finally figure out what the heck I was supposed to be doing here.
The Sarentu.
What?
Perfect. Now, I am no coward, but there is a strange sound that wafts from the hills at night.
Wafting sounds? I'd have none of that on my Pandora, so I set course, following the scent of something inferior, entitled and covered with Axe body spray. And lo and behold, humans. But heavily armed ones. They had me 6-1. Luckily, I had them 153-6 if I counted my bullets. Well, after that fiasco, the wafting sound beckoned me to the floating OG Minecraft islands, which took me deeper and deeper into the forest, through some dank caverns, and finally to a grove that made me feel things, like emotions. Still following the smell of the wafting sound, I found myself higher on Pandora than I've ever been, including that time when I sniffed the blue goo. And I ran into some guy who assumed I was here for something.
She looks a little skittish. It is up to her if she chooses you.
Oh, she'd choose me all right.
Hey, did I meet you before?
Not my best pickup line, but it was worth a shot. Wait, no, I was too forward. Don't make me run up a mountain, please. Well, looked like I was gonna have to run up a mountain. So what began as punching plants on a new planet had now become me chasing some kind of giant pelican up floating islands because I was far too stubborn to let anyone know that I was, in fact, not the person they were looking for whatever this job was. But I knew that if I could fake my resume well enough, I could finally pay the mortgage on my tree. I tried aggravating them the old-fashioned way, but it turns out I suck at aiming. I'm the literal worst.
The bond requires trust on both sides. I'm not sure she is ready to trust yet.
I don't even trust myself. Okay, listen. I have a pineapple. Just wait.
No.
I just want to talk to you.
What am I doing wrong?
And because I loved running so much the first time, I started Run 2, the sequel. And this time, with more running. But you know that feeling when you're standing next to a cliff and you just start to think, hey, I could just, have McDonald's instead of a protein shake tonight. Who would know? Call of the Void aside, I snorted my way past all those blue alien speed plants, giving me the final boost I needed to arrive at the Sacred Pelican Sanctuary and found my dragon. Oh wait, wrong guy. It was this one.
It's okay. I won't hurt you.
Unless you run. I can never figure out which way this goes. I always plug it in upside down, but
Now name her. She has made herself yours.
I knew exactly what to name her. I mean, at first it was obviously Carol, but looking deep into her eyes, this was definitely a floof.
A new bond.
Oh, I didn't know they chose the actor yet.
You must secure the bond with a final act of trust.
A joint bank account?
How do I...
Go for your eclat!
Floof! Floof, get over here!
Yes! We did it, girl! You did it!
I had done it.
Thank you.
I had really just acquired the X-Wing fighter of animals. But I was untamable. All of nature would look upon me in great fear, wielding both bird and gun. I would be both the ruin and the peacebringer of Pandora, bringing unhinged balance to all.
I bet you've seen those nasty RDA balloons, haven't you, girl? I'm not so sure we can take them out alone.
Now, although balloons seemed like
Let's
an
find
easy
it.
target for something that rapid fires bullets, I figured, hey, why not get someone else in on this deal? So I landed up on a sky island and took in the view at how massive this planet truly was, followed by meeting some gal who was chilling up here waiting for me.
Your Ikran is fierce and proud.
Thank you.
It saw a kindred spirit in you.
Now, what do you think of humans?
All the sky people have taken. My mother saw how their hearts are ruled by ignorance and greed. But they have made us warriors.
You thinking what I'm thinking? Blaze of glory?
We must bring the fight to them.
Wait, where are you? Oh, okay, I guess our conversation is over. I was gonna ask where you're going. You didn't say, I need directions, I don't... Okay, I'll just assume then. So I jumped off the cliff, hoping my bird wasn't on his lunch break, and we headed for the disgusting sky people balloons.
Yeah.
Look at them, so tasteless and tacky, forcing me to absolutely annihilate all humans in the area to rid them of such an embarrassment. I mean, come on, balloons can look like this, and you come to a new planet making them look like this? Unbelievable, honestly. And you know what? The balloons needed to go too, not just the people who created them. What an abomination to balloons. I cannot believe this. I made sure to snipe the people right out of their helicopters and also learned that it's far easier to just gun them down rather than having to use a bow. But was I done with them? Absolutely not. I was headed straight for the balloon manufacturing company based exclusively here on Pandora. I was gonna hit humanity where it hurt them the most. So I met up with that conversation ender lady again.
See them down there.
Wait, where?
Let their ashes shroud the sky. I will throw them.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask what the plan was, but I guess you just trust me to do whatever I do. And so I prepared myself, crafting an absolute dumb amount of arrows and ammunition, waiting for the perfect time to strike in silence, my hefty 9-foot stomping being drowned out in the rain and wind. I decided the best approach would be to go in completely undetected. That was the rain. Somehow nobody heard that, meaning I could still carry out my mission without calling down heavy suppressive fire on my frail avatar body. And I would start by silently killing a mech. And with that, panic. I thought I threw a smoke bomb, but no, it was an EMP alerting everyone in the base. So I grabbed this guy and chucked him like 100 feet. But I knew that as long as nobody heard me, I could recover from this. I could bounce back. Nobody had to know I was here, but I think someone saw me, so I had to change my approach from Stealth Master to slightly less that. Now, I would say things were going pretty well considering how much was happening. I could barely tell what was going on, so I just assumed it was all good. However, the humans were starting to get a little frisky, and I couldn't have that. So I made my way up onto the giant wall around the facility and then just slowly walked around, obliterating every single last one of them. Now, I did try to recover my stealth run, but I forgot I was shooting explosive arrows, so that didn't help a whole lot. I continued to rampage and crotch punch my way through the human facility as they just piled mechs into the place. But because I was trained in the art of punching pineapples, this was no issue for me. I found the facility's off switch, but turns out that was actually the explode this entire base switch. So then I thought, well, I'll just turn off the gas flow to prevent a forest fire, which ended up turning on the fire. Human engineering, I'm telling you. Knowing I had limited people left here, I decided to play lacrosse with the one remaining human. I won, and with that, I ditched the facility, the balloon stock market crashing, and I needed to go somewhere I felt safe, upon a purple mushroom. Standing on this was a wondrous experience, like standing in a tub of pudding. I never wanted this to end, until I found out that I can pet Floof. It's just so immersive! I did this for like 20 minutes, but I needed to go eventually. Just kidding, more pets! Well, then I decided to skydive, and that went as well as anyone would expect. However, as I tried to just peacefully pick some fruit, the humans had ruined guacamole night for the last time. There would be no mercy in a world where guacamole cannot be made freely without persecution. And so I eradicated the human scum with the force of a 1,000-pound draw bow. Well, that and a fully automatic machine gun. Also, I found these two wandering chumps trying to escape.
There's a survey data here about a big gas deposit, so they probably stuck a mining facility on top of it.
Mining facility meant one thing: diamonds.
If the reservoir loses its training pipes and generator, the pressure will just go through the roof.
Now, I once again debated the stealth approach, but instead I went with the lacrosse approach. And trust me, gun is fun, but sometimes you just gotta whack a fellow with an object you'll whip from a stick. But then I had a better thought. Why not just punch people? And from there, I found out that I can slide tackle them as well, which was incredibly satisfying, knowing the last thing they would see is a 9-foot blue cat sliding faster than a car straight towards them. I would say things escalated to levels of violence and brutality never before seen on Pandora, but that would be an understatement. And with that, I safely turned off the...